Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, a square table has an area of 48 square feet as shown in the picture below. What is the measure of each side in feet? Okay, so I want to find the measurement of what? I want to find the measurement of each side. Is that right? Given that the area is equals to 48. Now remember, a square has all equal sides. Is that right? So what we're going to do is we're going to write down my formula. So this will be side times side, which is the same as side square. Remember that? Okay, and the area is given to us as 48 square feet, right? So if I want to find the measurement of one side, I will need to find the square root on both sides so that I can actually cancel my power, right? And that will be S equals square root of 48. So now I know what you're thinking. Miss, I can just plug that in the calculator, right? And I know, yeah, we can do that. But that'll be only for you guys to check that you got the right answer. Because right now, it's actually learning time, right? So what I need to do is I need to find the square root of 48. Is that right? So I'm going to use the tree diagram, okay? So in the tree diagram, basically, we're going to find the prime factorization for 48. And the way that we do this is you can either do two things. You can tell me, Miss, I know what numbers I can multiply to give me 48 and then take it from there. Or you can say, Miss, I have no idea. Then my advice is just get the calculator and divide 48 divided by 2. If you get a whole number, then 2 is one of the factors that I can use from my prime factorization. If you don't get that and you get a decimal, then you got to divide this by 3. And maybe that will help you, okay? And if it doesn't work, you can divide by 4 and so on, okay? Now, if you tell me, Miss, I know two numbers that can give me 48, then we totally can start with those numbers, right? So I can think, for example, 6 times 8. Is that right? Very good. 6 times 8 is 48. Now, 6, I can actually find a number, right, that I can multiply them and gives me a 6. And that will be what? 2 times 3. Very good. So I'm going to have 2 times 3 equals 6. And now 2 and 3 are prime numbers. Therefore, I'm done. So I'm going to write down a little line right there. How about 8? Can you find me a numbers that can you multiply gives you an 8? Or I can think about 2 times 4, right? And 2 is already a prime number, so it gets the line. And 4 actually can be found when you multiply 2 times 2. And we are done, right? So these are my prime numbers. The ones with the little line, okay? Because I'm done. Once I find those numbers, I know that I'm finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down all those numbers inside the radical, okay? So I'm going to write down what? 2, 3, and then the other two twos. Two twos. Okay, you see that? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, right? So what we're going to do next is I'm going to see if I can make up any pairs. So I can make this one pair. Is that right? Can I have another pair? Yes, right? These two and these two can actually be another pair. Is that right? So how many pairs did I get? 2. Now be careful because these two that are separated, this is actually just one pair. And this is another pair. Okay? So why do I need to know that those are only my pairs? Because when I bring them outside, I only choose one number to represent that pair. So from the pair, the first one, I'm going to choose 1, 2. From the second pair, which is this one, I'm going to choose another number. And inside the radical, I'm going to leave the 3. And now I'm going to multiply 2 times 2 from outside the radical. And that gives me a 4. And inside the radical is a 3. And that will be my answer. So notice how from the pairs, I don't bring all the 4 2's outside. Only one represents the whole pair. Okay? And that will be answer. Yes, answer choice C. Very good.